The atmosphere in the lawyer's office was low vibe and heavy. After my husband Arthur passed away, I expected our son Leo to be down to earth. But instead, he walked in with main character energy and a smirk that said he'd already won the loot. Leo hadn't checked on me for months, ghosting my calls while Arthur was in the hospital. Leo sat across from me, rocking a high-drip designer suit that he definitely bought on credit. Before the lawyer could even open the will file, Leo leaned over and whispered, "Look, Mom, don't expect a single dime from Dad's $92 million estate. You're old, Jen. You don't know how to handle God-tier wealth. Just take your Social Security and despawn to a retirement home. The final boss of this family is me now." I sat there, looking like a low-level NPC in my simple black dress, but inside, my combat stats were peaking. Leo had no idea that I wasn't just Arthur's wife. I was his co-op partner, who built the business from the alpha phase. The lawyer cleared his throat. "Leo, the will is quite specific. It doesn't just hand over the loot box. There's a hard-coded condition." Leo's smirk lagged for a second. "What condition? I'm the only spawn. It's my birthright." "The condition," I said, my voice hitting 4K clarity, "is that you have to prove you aren't a toxic player for 1 full year. But since you just told your own mother to despawn, I think you just soft-blocked your own inheritance, Leo. Facts." Leo didn't believe the patch notes of the will. He thought he could glitch the system. He spent the next month simping for high-end cars and flexing on Instagram, telling everyone he was about to inherit a legendary tier fortune. He even signed a lease on a penthouse lobby he couldn't afford, thinking the $92 million was already in his inventory. But I was the server admin. I cut off his access keys. Every credit card Arthur had given him was perm-banned. One evening, Leo stormed into my small house, the one he called tutorial-level trash. He looked wrecked. His drip was fading, and his energy meter was at 0. "Mom, my cards are declined. The bank says my account balance is null. This is griefing. Give me my gold." I was sitting in my garden sipping tea like a max-level mage. "The bank is right, Leo. You haven't passed the vibe check. You haven't worked a single daily quest in your life. You think $92 million is just for emoting in clubs? No, that money is for people who grind. Since you want to be a main character, go out there and farm some actual experience." "This is toxic!" Leo screamed, his face turning mustard yellow with rage. "You're gatekeeping my life. I'll report you to the lawyers." "Go ahead," I replied, putting on my Prada shades. "The lawyers are on my whitelist. You're hard stuck in poverty until you learn how to respect the lore of this family." For the first time in his silver spoon life, Leo had to enter the job market dungeon. He tried to apply for executive-level roles, but his resume stats were mid. He had 0 experience and a negative reputation. He ended up working at a low-tier fast food joint, flipping burgers for minimum-wage loot. I would drive by in my S-tier Bentley, watching him through the window as he dealt with Karen bosses and toxic customers. "How's the grind, Leo?" I asked one day at the drive-thru. "Does the minimum wage meta feel good?" Leo looked finished. His uniform was greasy, and his aura was completely deleted. "Mom, please, it's a nightmare difficulty out here. People are so savage. I can't live on these pity drops. I'm hard stuck in this loop." "That's called character development, Leo," I said, handing him a 1-star tip just to be petty. "When you called me a beggar at the will reading, you didn't realize that real wealth is built in the trenches. Keep farming, kid. Maybe you'll level up by next year." The year was almost up. Leo had actually started to get good. He was promoted to shift manager, and his toxic meter had significantly dropped. He stopped flexing and started saving. He even called me not to ask for gold, but to check in. But the final boss of his greed wasn't dead yet. His gold-digger girlfriend, Tiffany, tried to hack his mind one last time. "Leo, if your mom doesn't release the loot by next week, we should sue her for emotional damage. We can scam at least $10 million out of her and respawn in Vegas." Leo looked at Tiffany, then looked at the legacy photo of his father on the wall. For the first time, he chose the hero path. Nah, Tiffany, that's trash tier thinking. I'm not simping for easy money anymore. Mom was right. I was a noob. If I get the 92 million, I'm going to use it to buff the family business, not burn it. I was listening via the smart home security system. Always be the admin, folks. I smiled. The redemption arc was complete. On the anniversary of the will reading, we met at the same office. Leo didn't wear a high-drip suit this time. He wore his work uniform, looking grounded and humble. I'm ready to sign off on the inheritance, Mom, Leo said. Even if you delete my share, I'm okay with it. I found my own meta. I stood up and handed him a gold-plated tablet. You didn't just unlock the $92 million, Leo. You unlocked my respect. The will was never about gatekeeping the money. It was about patching your personality. The $92 million is now transferred to your account, but there's a new system rule. I stay on as the chairwoman until you max out your leadership skills. Leo hugged me, his aura finally hitting legendary status. Thanks, Mom, for the reality check. I was wrecked without you. GG, Leo, I whispered. GG.